with only 4 wickets left in hand. Let's see how the day's play unfolded.
Starting the day 82 runs in front, India strode out onto the MCG on day 3, looking to extend their lead. Captain Ajinkya Rahane passed three figures on day 2, but he was undone when Ravi Jadeja got greedy, trying to reach a milestone of his own.
Quick single!
Okay, bails are removed, batter's on the line, they're ready to make my decision. My decision is out.
Well, there it is, the breakthrough Australia have been searching for so long.
Jadeja would pass 50, but only scored 7 more runs before being dismissed, although Pat Cummins' catch didn't quite dispel Australia's fielding demons.
And a good catch.
Oh,
a bit of a juggle there.
And it was deja vu soon enough. Ashwin dropped by Marnus Labuschagne at leg slip.
all down. It came quickly, but another one down for Australia.
Eventually, though, the Aussies got it right in the field.
Taken. Smith. Safe hands. Nathan Lyon. Beautiful bowling.
And India's tail started to crumble.
Taken by Lyon in the gully.
Nathan Lyon ended the innings with his 3rd wicket as Travis Head made up for his drop on day 2.
Catch, it's the call. The man settling out in the deep. Travis Head.
India all out for 326, taking a 131-run lead into the 2nd innings. With David Warner a chance to return to the Aussie setup for the 3rd test, there was increasing pressure on Joe Burns and Matthew Wade to make runs in the 2nd dig. Burns lived a charmed life early, avoiding a run out on 0 and surviving a DRS shortly after. That fortune wouldn't last for long.
Edged, gone! That is an absolute beaut of a delivery.
The DRS also on the side of Labuschagne early in his innings. The Aussie number 3 made a good start before Ashwin showed his class.
Oh, taken! That's the curveball from Ashwin. And it's a crucial wicket. Labuschagne gone.
Like many in the top order, Steve Smith entered with much to prove and barely avoided getting out for 5.
Smith survives, only just.
But his second chance was soon cut short.
Bowled him. Leg stump, or is he trotting on his stumps? The bowls are being dislodged. The Indians are celebrating.
Out for 8, his 4th single-digit score in a row. Matthew Wade was holding on and scored 40 before Jadeja found him in front. Travis Head had spoken about making up for his dropped catch on day 2 with a big 2nd innings score, but he could only reach 17.
Attack. Edge, knocks overhead. Siraj, big breakthrough. Australia on their knees.
Tim Payne was next in controversial fashion.
They're going upstairs.
No deflection, no hotspot, but there was snicko.
Can't believe it, the Australian captain.
Australia's skipper out for just 1. Cam Green thought he'd hit the 2nd 6 of the match, but it was just short. He and Pat Cummins holding on until stumps. Australia holding a slim 2-run lead heading into day 4 with only 4 wickets in hand. Josh Bristow, Fox Sports News.
Joining me to discuss the day's play are sports journalist Norman Kochannek and Aparna Saini. Aparna, first to you, what an extraordinary day for India, or a couple of days in fact. They've shown incredible mental resilience to come back from that Adelaide result. Ravi Shastri and the skipper Ajinkya Rahane must be pretty chuffed with this effort.
Definitely. Thanks, Catherine, for having me on your show.
Pleasure.
Well, Rahane and his performance and his capability for positioning in the field, setting the bowling lineup, made everyone contribute to runs in the first test, apart from Mayank's first wicket. Obviously, I think he's doing great in his captaincy, in which did help. And the fact that the Australian fielding didn't play any luck for the team significantly has played a role towards putting India in the position where they are today.
What do you think they would be going through their minds tonight? Like, after getting 36 in Adelaide, I guess they don't want to chase too many tomorrow, so closing out this Australian tail's the priority, but they would be feeling pretty confident, I dare say.
Well, if you look at Adelaide's test match, I think the bowling was fantastic, but the batting lineup was something that didn't work out. Certainly wasn't up to the expectations. I think what India would be looking at is getting them all out, keeping the score low, because the Indian batting, even in this, start to shake up a little bit in the beginning and on the start of the day too. But then Rahane and Jadeja's partnership made the batting lineup a bit more steady, and they were able to make the lead of 131 runs, which obviously keeping the score lowest would significantly help for winning this second test match. But if they were not able to get all the Australians out for the first an hour or two tomorrow, I think that would be a bit hard for Team India to cover up those number of scores.
Indeed. Norman, you called this pretty well. You thought India had the resilience to bounce back, and you good call on the selection of the keeper and the bowling lineup as well. What's your prediction for tomorrow?
Thank you, Catherine, for having me on the show. It certainly is a very interesting stage of the game. Clearly, India have been in front in 7 of the 9 sessions in this test match and 6 of the 8 in the previous test match. In my opinion, India are in the box seat to win this, and they've shown through the stability of Rahane as their captain, through his fielding and his bowling decisions, he's clearly able to stabilise this side. Everybody's contributed. Even today, all 5 of the bowlers in the innings, is now 6 for 133, have contributed. That's clearly due to Rahane's captaincy, his ability to deal with some negativity. The fact that Umesh Yadav was actually injured today, he was down to 4 bowlers, but he rallied his 4 bowlers very well, and they all chipped in to take wickets. My thoughts are they'll get the wickets fairly quickly tomorrow, and India will cruise to victory. The 36 was an aberration in the first test. This will not happen again. Rahane's stability in their lineup is amazing. They do miss Kohli. Clearly they miss Kohli. But the inclusion of Pant, the Jadeja, and Siraj has proven to be an amazing bowler. He took 2 wickets today in a manner which, in fact, 1 wicket today, which was a very significant one. He bowled particularly well. They have done very, very well indeed. And on top of that, the likes of Gill opening the batting. I think his involvement tomorrow, when they eventually do bat for the relatively small score, will be in control. Gill clearly is a player of the future, already compared to Laxman. As you know, Catherine, you know Laxman very well. This man has a very similar batting performance already in his 45. His first test match, he shows great class. India have great depth, and I was never concerned about their first innings. Their second innings aberration. It's clearly in their favour. India will win tomorrow and win well.
Theirs to lose indeed. Thank you both for your company, and maybe we can have another chat to wrap this one up. So thank you and good evening. And thank you for your company again tonight on Inside the News. I'll be here all week as we reflect on the year that 2020 has been. Stay tuned for after the break when we go back to July with Paul Murray when he visited the Gold Coast to promote their recovery from coronavirus lockdowns. Good night.